Hello, Scott.
Hey, what's up, man?
Dude, what the fuck is going on, man?
Oh, man, I'm staying pretty busy. I was checking out your show and checking out the chat room and all that kind of stuff before I jumped on here. So,
Hell yeah, dude. So tell us, man, fucking what the fuck is going on in your world, man, besides fucking slaying fucking awesome fucking tracks like the one we just heard?
man, I'm just trying to keep up with everything, honestly. COVID kind of messed everything up for a little while, but it seems like the touring scene is going to be opening back up later in the year, so things are getting pretty hectic on that front. And so we hope to be out there soon. Some of the regulations are starting to relinquish a little bit of their rules, a little bit, so we'll see how that kind of goes. So we're kind of keeping our eyes open, our ears open for all the touring scene, and working on new music, staying current with all three bands, trying to keep all the material fresh as best I can, so I don't have to go back and relearn all this material. So.
Jesus fucking Christ, man. How do you fucking do that, man? 3 fucking bands, dude. Tell us about that.
Yeah, man, it's a blast. I would have never thought. I spent a lot of years just trying to get one band noticed by one record label so I could get rolling. I never thought I'd be in 3 international bands. It just kind of felt that way. So yeah, I run Nevalra pretty full time, work on all the material and songwriting and stuff like that. And the guys still come up and we rehearse every now and then to try to keep everything fresh. So that's like my own band. I joined the Antichrist over 3 years ago, I think now. So I run the Antichrist pretty full time as well. We've toured all over the world with both of those bands. Some of them actually together. We've done tours together, and I just did 2 sets every night, which is not easy to do, especially with all the corpse paint for the Antichrist. And so I guess over a year ago, it's been over a year that I joined Vital Remains. I'm doing all the live vocals for them now. So I'm, doing the same thing, just pushing all 3 bands as hard as I can and being as available and ready as I can. And so far there hasn't been any kind of tour scheduling conflicts or anything. So I'm rolling as hard as I can with all 3 of them.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Yeah, I remember you talking about all that, man, fucking last time you were on the show, man, fucking before all this bullshit happened, dude. Fucking, yeah, man. But one thing I gotta say, man, is this new record from Nevalra, dude, Conjure the Storm, is fucking badass, dude. It's fucking awesome, man. Fucking kudos for you for doing that, man. Like, it's everything else you've done is great too, but this record, dude, is fucking badass, man.
Yeah, we appreciate that. We put a lot of time, money, and effort into that, and it's gonna be hard to follow it up. I've been writing some of the new stuff, and every time I get to where I'm like, oh, this is really, feels like I'm headed somewhere with some of this new material, and then I catch like It Dies in Vain. Just listening back again, I'm just like, damn, I'm gonna have to like make sure this new material keeps up.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. That fucking chorus is fucking insane, dude. But like the guitar work in there, man, it's so fucking crazy, dude. Like that's some shit that, like, I don't know, man. Fucking, I think Carl Sanders from fucking Nile would be fucking tripping out on some of that shit too, man. Like,
oh man, yeah. Carl's one of my buddies. He's a great dude, and yeah, man. Believe it or not, he came out on one of my tours and he asked me to be on our guest list, and I was like, oh yeah, of course I'll put Carl on our guest list. So you can so he came out and watched the show, and then he came through on tour with Nile, and I came out to his show, and he threw me on the guest list, which was pretty cool. And that was enough, but once we got up there, he like dedicated the heaviest song of the night to Scott, and he kind of pointed that out, and I was like, oh man, years ago I would have never assumed that Nile.
Scott
would dedicate a song to me and just give me shit right there in front of everyone.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, dude. That's fucking badass, man. That's what I'm talking about right there, man. We got a question coming in already from the fucking listeners, man. John Grajeda wants to know, When will we see you with one of the new BC Rich guitars?
It should be pretty soon. I actually talked to the CEO, Bill, from BC Rich. He's called me a couple times over the last bunch of months during all the COVID stuff. They've been a little short-handed, so the CEO bigwig guy is down there doing his own thing and stringing guitars and packing them up and sending them out. They're kind of working a smaller crew because of the COVID stuff. So they actually have one packed up with my name on it. I've already seen photos of it. It just hasn't got to me yet. And so I'm pretty excited to get that new guitar. And I should be showing it off pretty soon as long as we have some tours. And, of course, they have some new stuff coming out for 2021 as well. So,
man, Scott, that's fucking badass, dude. Like, I got to tell you, man, as an old guy, I remember growing up in the 80s, every magazine I used to fucking pick up back in the old days, all the bands, that's what they were playing was BC Rich, man. You seen that in every fucking page. Like, everybody had them. And then they kind of went away for a little while, but then they always remained, I guess, with Kerry King. He was like the dude that, in my mind, always sort of represented BC Rich. But now I gotta say, you seem to be like the new fucking dude. Like, when I think of BC Rich, I think of you, man. Scott Eames.
Oh, man, I appreciate that. That's filling some big shoes. I have a little bit more to do before I can come anywhere near to the level of Kerry King at this point. He's got a lot of years and experience and album sales on me, so I'm still going to work on that. But BC Rich is they're treating me like gold. They're all like awesome guys. They brought me out to California. They had a special showing where they showed us all the new guitars and stuff, kind of a sneak peek. Wanted to know what we liked about it, what we didn't like about it, that kind of stuff. So we had like a little bit of insight and, to help them out with what we think. And I think they're on the perfect path right now because, 20 years ago, they kind of flooded the market with some of those cheap Warlocks and stuff, where all the teenagers had them. Mm-hmm. And they kind of did away with the cheaper ones, the lower end lines where the kids could afford them. And they're nothing but like high-end, badass guitars now again. So I think they're going in the right direction, and they're kind of like building their fan base and bringing them back, with only quality. It's all quality over quantity at this point. So.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I've got a Warlock fucking NGA series, man. I bought it ages ago, man. That thing still fucking rocks, dude.
Oh yeah, those NJs are awesome. I got a bunch of those.
Hell yeah, man. I know you do, man. You got you're every fucking day you're posting fucking pictures of the motherfuckers, man.
Man, I'm standing here with like 16 guitars around me or something right now. It's just that's Dude. That's what I do. It's always there. So I realized long ago that I'd go to like family functions or whatever, and my family's always extended family that don't they're not super into everything that I'm doing because they're not online kind of people, And so they're always asking, and I realize that a lot of those people that if they didn't know, a lot of the fans probably didn't know. So I needed to no matter what I was doing, I was going to show everyone from now on, and kind of get over the not wanting to post all the time. So, and, it's really taken off that way because people know exactly what I'm working on even when I'm not on stage. So.
Hey, man, it's cool, man. It's cool that you're showing, you show all the different stuff that you're using. And it's not just the guitars. Like, you have a bunch of different endorsements, right? Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I hooked up with a bunch of different companies. It's kind of been it kind of grew from the BC Rich, honestly. I had 4 or 5 smaller companies that were behind me. As I started maybe 5 or 6 years ago when I started to really hit it hard and do lots of the touring and stuff. And so that was like Spectraflex cables and Intune guitar picks and people like that were kind of backing me. And then once BC Rich jumped in, lots of the bigger ones, Randall amps and EMG pickups, Ernie Ball, Fortin amps, they all kind of just jumped up on board, and they were like, they were noticing that I was hitting it hard and I was rubbing elbows with the right people, once again, BC Rich pulled me in, and I got to like go have dinner with Kerry King, just cool stuff like that, and people started to notice, so it kind of gradually picked up, and I would have never thought that I'd be working with those kind of awesome companies.
Hell yeah, man. All right. Well, I got some questions for you from the listeners. JMCT wants to know, what's your favorite drink?
Favorite drink? Man, I'm not much of a drinker or anything, really. Wow, that's a good question. I've never even thought of that. I don't really drink much, honestly. I mean, I can't get up on stage after I've been drinking whiskey or anything. I want to spin my head, without falling off the stage. So, man, I don't know. Honestly, I mean, I typically when I sit down to eat, I just drink water. Honestly, I think my food tastes better when I'm not drinking like a soda or something with it. So I don't really have a favorite drink, honestly.
Hell yeah, man. All right. Next question. What is the craziest thing you've ever seen on stage?
On stage. While I was on stage, or while anyone was on stage?
I guess anybody.
Wildest thing. Man, most of the wild things happen backstage.
All right. What's the wildest thing you've seen backstage?
Oh man, just people partying and almost hurting themselves or killing themselves by like climbing a thing and jumping off of it and stuff like that. Just having too much fun, that's just the way it is. People get a little bit too excited. You get off the stage and you're still hyped. It's hard to kind of come down from that. It takes a little while for that to wear off, and I've seen a lot of guys do a lot of stupid stuff.
Hell yeah, man. All right, next question. Titan wants to know, would you ever consider doing a live show with all three of your bands together at the same time?
Jesus Christ. I mean,
that'd be a workout, wouldn't it?
I mean, I guess I would consider it maybe for one special something, if it was a big fest somewhere or something. But I have done Nevalra and the Antichrist many times. When we did a European tour, when we put out Conjure the Storm, I did back-to-back sets every night, and it was so hard to get through. It probably would have been a little easier had I not been in corpse paint. Because with the Antichrist, I have to paint, most of my body for the appearance of that. The Antichrist is like a whole other thing. So when I'm doing back-to-back sets, it's tough, especially with all that corpse paint starting to like melt all over you, So I have done back-to-back sets with two bands, but I've never done all three. That would be tough. So I'd have to prepare myself accordingly. But if the right opportunity came up, yeah, I'm definitely down.
Hell yeah, man. Another question. Lady Red wants to know, how old were you when you got serious about music?
I was always into, like as a kid, I was listening to my parents. I have to give them props. They got me into good music, or I wouldn't be here. Even as a kid, they were listening to Judas Priest and Black Sabbath and Zeppelin and stuff like that, and I knew that I really liked it, and at the time I didn't even know what it was, or who they were, what bands were which. I knew what I liked. But once I became, 13 or 14, I discovered Metallica, like everyone else my age, and, a year or two later, it dawned on me that, I could actually go do that, and it took Metallica. So I was maybe 15, 16 years old when I got my first guitar. And so, like, the family bought it for me, and everyone expected it to be like most kids that want a guitar, that it's going to sit in the corner. You know what I mean? And I picked it up, like, pretty quickly. And, none of us would have probably ever guessed that, 20 years later I'd be standing here, playing with all these awesome bands all over the world and stuff. So
yeah, it's fucking awesome, dude. Another question. Later Ed also wants to know, have you ever wanted to, or have you ever played in Canada?
Yes, we've played in Canada, Toronto and Montreal. Canada's pretty cool. We played on one of our tours with Dark Funeral and Septic Flesh, and we went up there, and both shows sold out, and they were amazing. And so, yeah, it's pretty cool. Canada's like really clean. Everyone's nice, you know. So yeah, we definitely enjoyed it up there.
Hell yeah, man! Canadians fucking love their fucking metal, dude.
Oh man, they showed up in full force for sure.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, man. She also wants to know, what do you prefer, bubble baths or showers?
I have to say showers, because I can't even tell you the last time I even got in a bath. Maybe when I was a kid, I guess.
Who the fuck has time for that shit, man? All right, next question. She wants to know, what do you prefer, sausages or pies, or both?
Sausages or pies? Oh, man. Spicy Italian sausage.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Everybody always says pies, man, every time she asks that question, but you know what? I'm always thinking, you know what? There's some good fucking sausages out there too, man. But I don't know if that's like a trick question.
Man, I'm always the odd man out, so there you go.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Another question. What's your most favorite venue that you've ever played at?
Wow, that's a very loaded question. I could rattle off 10 of them off the top of my head, but I have to say, in a prior band, I got to play in Arrowhead Stadium at the Kansas City Chiefs NFL football games. I got to play there 4 different times, and so it's going to be very hard to top getting to play at Arrowhead Stadium.
Man, that's fucking insane, dude. Yeah, I saw you post pictures of that, man. That is fucking nuts, dude. Like, how did that feel, man?
Oh man, it was. I've been a lifelong Chiefs fan. You know, I live near there. I'm in Missouri, and we go to the training camps. You know, it's just something fun to follow. I'm really into, you know, NFL football and stuff, because other than music, you know, which dominates the rest of my life. So, you know, we go to the training camps, and we've been to the draft parties. I've met a bunch of the players, you know, and I'm invested in the Kansas City Chiefs. So when I had the opportunity to play at Arrowhead Stadium, I absolutely jumped on it, and then we crushed it. And they asked us to come back the next year, and then the next year, and we played like twice, I think, the third year. So I got to play there 4 separate times. They played the Seattle Seahawks, the 49ers, Vikings, and Steelers were the 4 games I got to perform at.
Fuck. All right, next question. Titan wants to know, have you ever smoked meats?
No, I haven't.
What kind of question is that, man?
Another loaded question, is this?
Yeah, probably. Ashley wants to know, do you have a favorite horror movie?
The Exorcist.
Fuck yeah.
That's
man.
Absolutely always. It's been my favorite of all movies.
That's a classic for sure. Another question, Vicky wants to know, has there been any haunted venues that you've played at, or
yeah, there actually has been. There's been a few. One that stands out to me, we played in Milwaukee. It was the Rave Eagles Club. We played there with Cannibal Corpse, and we did like the Summer Slaughter tour thing that went through there, and they had like certain parts of the venue was blocked off, and there was all kinds of like stories that they had that was all tied to it. I don't know how much of it was true. You know, I didn't witness anything, but they say that there's all kinds of cool things that happen there. And what I do remember that kind of sticks out to me about that is that venue is supposedly haunted, and kind of diagonal across the street from there was one of the hotels where Jeffrey Dahmer had killed one of his victims, was directly across the street.
Nice. That's fucking pretty heavy, dude.
So, you know, that's one of them that kind of sticks out to me. That's a pretty good question.
Yeah. All right, another question. John, well, actually, it's a statement. John says, have I or have I not made you the best smoked meats, Scott?
Yes, I went to his birthday party. I know who that is. That's Jonathan. And yeah, He made, let me see, a bunch of ribs and a bunch of stuff. So, yeah, he wants some props there. I'll give him some props.
Another question: what do you do with pumpkins when they start to rot?
Man, you have to go like shoot them up with your ARs and your AK-47s.
Fuck yeah, that's what
I mean, that's what you do in the Midwest anyway.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. We do that kind of shit down here in the South too, man. Shoot everything, man. Fuck. All right, next question. Well, I want to ask you is about your fucking management fucking company that you've got going on right now, man. Fucking tell us about that. What's going on with that? And
yeah, the Extreme Management Group had reached out to me. They've been the managers for the Antichrist and Nevalra for a bunch of years, and they kind of reached out to me and said there were some job openings for an artist manager, and I came highly recommended just because of all the things I do for my own bands, and they wanted me to jump on board and help other bands, you know, try to reach a level of success, put them on a path to success, so to say. And so yeah, they reached out to me, and now they got me like in charge of a bunch of bands, and they, you know, I'm helping them, you know, do everything right with album release campaigns, you know, getting them hooked up with record labels and tours and all that kind of stuff, and kind of like demystifying the whole music industry for a lot of these younger bands. And it's pretty cool. So I'm sure you've got lots of press releases from me. I've noticed you've shared some of those. I appreciate that.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Can you give us like a little bit of a walkthrough of like what you would like if a band was to come to you for that? Like, what would you like? How does it work? Like, what exactly do you do for them?
Oh, just everything. It's like I said, it's just kind of like demystifying the entire industry. It's everything's run a lot different than a lot of people think. So they kind of like, it just starts with, I want to make cool music, you know, but once you reach a certain level of like, we've played so many shows, we've done this, and we've put out a couple albums, blah, blah, blah. Like, they don't know how to reach out to record labels. They don't know how to get on tours. They don't know how to get endorsements. They don't know, you know, that they need to premiere their singles, how to get that done, like everything. So I'm just, you know, trying to step in and kind of like I said, demystify the entire scenario and try to help them out, get them rolling on the right path, you know. And Extreme Management Group is like an awesome reputation. Like we have like Suffocation and Rings of Saturn, Cattle Decapitation. So they're on our roster as well. So there's some big boys, some heavy hitters in there as well.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, that's fucking cool, dude. And yeah, like I know for sure, man, there's definitely a lot of fucking mystery that shrouds that whole fucking thing, you know, like for a lot of new bands that come into it, they definitely they don't know what to expect, you know, like right off the bat, you know, coming into that. So it's cool to have people like you be able to do that and help people out because you fucking know and you've been there and you've done it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's a lot of years of experience. Just like I didn't know what the hell I was really doing. You know, I spent a lot of years doing lots of tours and lots of stuff, and I didn't know why I wasn't catching on. You know, and it took a while to understand that, like, I need to know how to do a press kit, so I taught myself how to do it, and I need to know how to get on these rosters, so I figured it out. You know, and like I said, once you get in the rooms, you know, with these people and rub your elbows with the right people, you know, things start to change. You just got to keep powering through. And a lot of it is problem solving, honestly. I mean, there's something that goes wrong at every turn, you know, and you got to like adjust accordingly and keep rolling, you know. And it's you talk to any professional musician and they'll tell you got to figure it out as you go, because shit happens. Like, for example, the Antichrist, we got our tour rig broken into on the first date of the tour. And everyone looked around like, now what? You know, so we regrouped and we finished that entire tour. And a lot of bands would have just gave it on up right there from the get-go. So it's like adjusting on the fly, you know, and being a problem solver right then and there.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a lot more that goes into it than a lot of people think, man, for sure, man. Like, just like what you were mentioning, like press releases, for example, you know, like there's so many bands that are independent underground that don't even know what the fuck that is really, you know, like you start talking that and you're like, what is that? It's like, dude, you got to, man, you have to do that kind of stuff to get out there, because people won't fucking take you seriously, man. It's just like, you know, the everything is so saturated right now with so much every day, you know. It's just like all these records.
Oh man, absolutely. There's always 200 bands that are trying to get this one thing that this band happens to want, you know. And I'm sitting there talking these guys through it the same way I'm doing with Nevalra and the Antichrist. It's like, what makes you special? You know, how do I make myself more presentable and more appealing than these other 200 bands? You know. And, you know, it's hard to do because it seems like everyone's done it already when it comes to everything, you know, so you got to get creative. Mm-hmm. And just like this, you got to talk to the radio shows, you got to put your face on things, you got to continue to write your music, you got to work on your artwork, you got to make sure the aesthetic is just right for each band, you know, you got to find a way to connect to your audience. It's a tough thing to do, and it just started with I just wanted to write cool music.
Exactly, man, exactly. In your opinion, what is like one of the most important things that a band can do starting out?
Just do everything as professionally as possible. You know, you don't want to look like a quote unquote local band. You know, hire a great photographer and hire someone to make your logo that's proper. Don't do it yourself. Hire someone to do your digital press kits. Hire someone to do your management and stuff. You need someone that can explain what the hell's actually happening here. You know, like, it'll save you a lot of time to let the professionals handle what they do and let you focus on writing the music and creating the band and being the driving force behind it.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like the old saying goes, man, it takes money to make money, you know?
Absolutely. You need to have, you know, the right people in your corner. You know, I mean, you can break through without it, but man, you're going to take a lot of years figuring it out.
Hell yeah.
I've been there.
Hell yeah, dude. It's a tough road, man.
It's a very unforgiving kind of industry, but it's very rewarding as well.
It is, man. It is. And, you know, the underground fucking community, man, the way that it fucking supports is huge, man. Like, it really fucking, it's insane how much, especially when you get into all these different internet radios and doing podcasts and doing interviews and getting on these these little fucking webzines and blog sites and stuff. All of it fucking adds up, man. You know, like I try to tell a lot of bands, you know, too, you know, whenever they're coming at me with PR and stuff, is, you know, you gotta fucking, you know, you gotta respect all these fucking all the small ones too, not just the big ones, because they all add up together, and it's all very important, man. Because it's like it definitely it brings together this community that's out there that is there to fucking support you if you're able to get in there and penetrate it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And man, you can't be labeled as one of those haters either. You can't be out there talking trash. You know, people recognize that, and they don't want nothing to do with it. Mm-hmm. And not only that, but the further and the higher up you get into these kind of being with musicians and stuff. Like, man, I can tell you from personal experience, like, I'm sitting there with Slayer and Zakk Wylde and Richie Faulkner from Judas Priest and Marty Friedman, all these guys. I've been in the room with these guys, and they don't talk trash on anyone. And these are the guys that would blow everyone away with their talent, and they have been for years, you know, and they are not talking trash on anybody. They're pulling people up, they're helping people out, you know, they're focusing on what they're doing. So I see a lot of the talking trash and stuff, you know. If it's not your taste, fine, but you can't hate on them for making money doing what they love to do, whether you like, you know, Five Finger Death Punch or not. You got to give them their respect, you know?
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. Like, yeah, I totally get that, man. Like, you know, there's a lot of fucking mainstream bands out there that are fucking doing it, and a lot of people want to hate on them for it. It's just, but it's like at the same time, like what you're saying, with those fucking bands out there doing what they do, it's a gateway that opens the fucking path for other shit. Like I don't know, man. Like I still love Metallica, for instance. Like, and they were fucking, they did that. Like they fucking opened up the gates for so many thrash and fucking heavier stuff to come in, and be listened to back in the day. Before that, there was, it was completely closed off. And, but people don't realize that shit, they're like, oh, it's all over the radio, it's fucking all over fucking this and that, they're sold out.
Oh man,
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's a perfect example. Metallica is the example, honestly. The Metallica haters. It's like, guys, for real, you guys loved, Master of Puppets 2, and you can hate on them all you want right now, but I dare you to go write a multi-platinum anything,
dude.
And how many times has Metallica done that? So it's like, you shouldn't be hating on probably the greatest metal band of all time because they're writing a little bit differently, So, yeah, the same thing too. It's it's hard to watch people kind of trash bands in any genre. It's like, then you go do better, honestly.
Right, exactly, man. Exactly. If you don't like it, fucking go do better, man. Fucking let's see you do it.
I'd love to see you sit in a room and tell James Hetfield that yourself.
Yeah, really. James Hetfield's a bad motherfucker, dude. Fucking, I don't give a fuck what anybody says, man. That's still one of my favorite fucking rhythm guitar players, songwriters, fucking period. Like, those songs have stuck with me all throughout my life. And they never get old, man. They never get old.
Oh, he's a genius. Absolutely a music genius.
All right, so for you, what's coming up next, man? What can people look out for?
Oh man, I've been working on some awesome videos that's going to be coming out in the end of April. There's going to be two different videos, and they're going to premiere with Metal Injection. And so kind of keep an eye on that. I'm going to let everyone know probably early April. I'll kind of drop what it is. And in late April, you're going to see two videos premiere that are going to be pretty cool. We've been working really hard on those. And there's going to be another third video that's a completely unexpected thing that's going to be probably 2 more months out. So I've been like killing myself in the studio getting these things, filmed and tracked properly, getting them edited together and sent them in, getting them submitted with the right guys. And so in the next few months, there should be 3 videos that I'm on that are going to be like premiering on big time websites and stuff, alongside some other big names that I can't drop yet. So I'm looking super forward to that. There's like some tours that are looking like they're pretty viable for the end of the year. I know a lot of big bands are going on tour, and they're going to like hopefully kick the door down and just open the floodgates for everyone. And so yeah, we're just looking forward to all those kind of things, and making sure that we have our hand in on all those things when they open, because I think it's going to get pretty crazy once this COVID stuff kind of relinquishes itself.
Oh yeah, it's going to be insane, dude. It's going to be insane. What kind of videos are you talking about? Are you talking about like Nevalra videos? Or are you talking about like these quarantine videos where people are jamming with each other and stuff?
A little bit of both.
Oh, fuck yeah, man.
So there's going to be a couple of them that I think are going to super surprise people.
Nice. Nice.
So some of it's original material and some of it is some cover material.
Oh, cool, man. Can't wait to fucking see that, dude. Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I'm pretty excited to get those out. We've worked pretty hard on those, and yeah, I had a group of pretty notable musicians. They were working on one of these videos. They're like, hey, you want to do this cover song? Blah, blah, blah. We need you to do this. And I was like, man, I'm slammed right now, and they're like, well, what if we did this song so you could do this? And I was like, oh, that changes everything. All right, I'll do it.
Damn. Can't wait to fucking find out what that shit is, man. So,
yep, it should be about a month away, late April.
Awesome. All right, well, Scott, I'm about out of questions for you, man. Is there anything else you want to let your fans know?
Man, I appreciate the support, all the bands. Just buy up the CDs, buy the shirts, just keep us on the road. We're nothing without you guys. We live for screaming in your faces and swinging our hair around and just, we appreciate the support, and hopefully we'll see everyone soon, as soon as COVID allows us to. And, just check out all our websites, all our merchandise, all that kind of stuff, and we'll be in front of you as soon as we're allowed to.
Hell yeah. I just bought the new fucking Nevalra record off Bandcamp, dude, and I highly recommend everybody out there listening fucking go do it too, man. It's fucking badass.
Awesome. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's got an alternate cover, too, from Seth from Septic Flesh. He created that cover for us.
Cool, man. Can't wait to see it, dude. All right, well, before I let you go, can I get you to make us a station tag?
Absolutely.
All right. Whenever you're ready, say something like, "This is Scott Eames, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio."
This is Scott Eames, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
Fuck yeah, dude. All right, well, thanks a lot, Scott, for taking the time to talk to us, man. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to blast some more Nevalra for these motherfuckers so they can go crazy, all right?
Hell yeah. I appreciate you having me on the show. I'll talk to you guys again soon.
Anytime, brother. There you have it, folks. Scott Eames live on the Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation motherfucking Radio. Like I said earlier, put your speakers in your fucking windows, put them in your front lawns, put them wherever the fuck you can. If you don't see U-Haul trucks everywhere tomorrow, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but you're not cranking it up fucking loud enough. I'm serious. All you gotta do is reach out and grab your volume knob and crank that motherfucker up. This is Nevalra.